What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel for not the post day live show because we skipped the day because it's my day off on Sunday. But we're back for a recap of the Cagliari game, the last game, and maybe a bit of a look ahead to the Inter game already because I think that's like 2 weeks to build up a big game. Hopefully, it doesn't disappoint overall, but it's a big game. With me, as always, is Norbert. How are you doing on this fine? Wait, it's Monday. Yeah, Monday evening.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It's where I'm located right now. It's really hot in Spain, in
I saw that.
Catalonia. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like 22. How is it in Belgium?
it's 9 degrees.
Wow.
I went to
Okay.
Barcelona. It was like 20. So I woke up and I needed to take the plane at like 11, I think it was, or something, and it was already 22, and I landed in the Netherlands, but it's basically Belgium, and it was 9 degrees. So
Wow.
I got sick. Day two, I was sick, but it's
You're
cold.
always sick, man.
Yeah, yeah. The last couple of weeks, I'm always sick. But let's talk about the game. Because we won again. I think that's five in a row now. No clean sheet this time around, but we were top of the league. We are at the top, 2 points off Inter. I think everybody knows that now because that's a big build up for next week. And somehow, some way, we're finding ways to win games. It's not pretty. It's not 100% convincing, I'm gonna say, but we find ways to win games, and that's what I think. It's the bare minimum, right? So as of now, it's going well, I guess. But what do you make just in general, in a whole, of that two win over Cagliari?
I'm happy with the win. Of course, 3 points is it's 3 points. But again, as usual, we didn't create chances. 2 goals from 2 set pieces. First half was horrible, unwatchable almost. Second half was a little better, but no. I don't think if we had like a clear cut chance or like or anything like that. And to me, it's really worrying. It's still worrying, and it looks like Allegri is a merchant for a 1-0 or just barely like wins, but he gets the points, and we are second, and that's crazy. Other than that, I feel bad for Chiesa and all the attacking players because we don't do anything.
I mentioned that. Let's get let's talk about the big thing here, or like the big thing. The big topic is that the fact you cannot point things out even if you win. You know, everybody can do whatever they want. If you wanna um, if you want to just take the win and move on with your day, that's fine. That's on you. You do whatever you want, but you should not tell people not to point things out after a win. It's not about not being happy. Like, I'll take any win. I celebrate every win.
Yeah,
I'm invested in every single game, even preseason games. If I think it's not good enough still, I'll point it out. And it's not about not being happy. It's about improving. It's about wanting to do better moving forward. Because if you want to sit there, I've said it so many times, Genoa fans take a win and they shut up and they move on with their day. Because you know what? It's a win. You know, it's a real, like, they need the win and period. They move on. They don't care. Like, they're
yeah,
not gonna sit there. Oh, it needs to be pretty. They're just happy with the win and that's it. That's fine if you have no expectations for this club. And I hate when people bring up history. Oh, we never played that. Stop the crap. Like, stop it. Like, I don't want to hear that because that's ridiculous. And when you bring up the chance creation, you say, oh, but if Keane controlled that ball well or Chiesa tapped that in, okay, fine. One, and the Chiesa one wasn't outplayed. Like, it was a scramble of things. Anyway, they like, people find little moments from games here and there, but they forget the big picture. They don't look at the fact that you know what? It's not a moment. When you say we don't create chances, the first thing they say, oh, but if Keane controlled that ball, I'm talking about weeks. Like just look at weeks, and when you know by by mind, by memory, excuse me, who missed a chance here and there, that tells you a lot. You shouldn't know the
Yeah.
moments we missed chances because that means we don't miss a lot of chances. We don't create a lot of chances, and you know them by memory. That's not a good thing. We are playing Cagliari at home. Let's be completely honest. We're playing a relegation side. If you look at that team, they're crap. Like let's be honest here. They're bad. They stink. They shouldn't have even come up to Serie A. Somehow they got a fluky win at the end. They should have lost that game to Bari. They were terrible. They got the win. Credit. They're a terrible team. They have absolutely no quality in that 11 whatsoever. Like they're extremely poor. Same goes for Lecce. I don't care what they did against Milan. They have a poor squad. You should be putting those teams away without any problems. Push
Yeah.
them back, and we fail to do that. And that's my biggest criticism. You get the wins, fine, but we always get wins. Even the last 3 years, we got wins. That was not the issue. It was about keeping it sustainable moving forward. You know.
Yeah, I still say that this is not sustainable long term, and our goal is long term. Our goal is to be back on the top, and this is not sustainable. Inter is also bad. If you've seen that the goals they scored, the first one was he didn't mean that. It was a cross, and then it was, I don't know, and then the Turam, he fell over his own.
Yeah, that was
I
crazy.
don't understand.
I still
So
think
Inter is not that crazy, but yeah,
the league is bad, but I'm like,
yeah,
we're up there. Like we won the like league bad or not bad, whatever. We got the wins. The other teams failed to win, so it's not our issue. Like I'm not gonna say that the league is bad. It is what it is. We're one of the like we're not a good team. Like we're not a great team. We have our limitations. I'll give Chiellini. I'll give Allegri credit to have found a way to get it done now. However, you mentioned it. If you look at Chiesa, he doesn't look happy at all. Yeah, you can tell me what you want. Somebody told me he's playing well. He's not playing well. Like we don't need to make excuses. He's not playing well. Not all his fault. I'll keep saying it, but he's not playing well. Like he's not involved in games. Like
yeah.
there were
It's
times
it's
I
yeah,
forgot he was on the pitch again. Like
but it's hard. It's really hard for him because he doesn't have the ball.
that's
Like
my like that's it. He doesn't have the ball, and when he has the ball, at times, too many times, it's too far off. It's not in the right areas, and it's frustrating. He's not playing well. It's like Chiesa, or do not like Chiesa. It's not going well for him, and it's frustrating. You know. But then if you say these things, you get to hear about so scoring from set pieces doesn't count as a win. Not one person on planet Earth has ever said that.
yeah,
That's people having conversations with their second personality at that point. They're talking to themselves because no, I've not seen anyone saying that's a set piece goal. I'm not going to count that. No person has said that. They're making stuff up, a certain part of the fan base, to debate their own point. The point is, you should do much more against these teams, especially at home. And we're failing to do that because the way we set up and the way we play, like, it's slow. It's slow. Like in that first half, you were right. That was, I don't know, I I had no idea what I was watching. That was so bad. That was so slow. That was so predictable. It was so sloppy. There was just nothing. And the Cagliari actually was a more dangerous team, in that first half. Not that they had chances, but like at least they were getting in the box at times.
yeah.
We failed to do that, And in the second half, we upped the pace a little bit. Pace, I'm gonna say intensity rather than pace. We stepped up a bit higher on the pitch, trying to win that ball back a bit higher. But overall, throughout those 90 minutes, you got the win, and at the end of the day, you deserve to win because you were the better team. But it wasn't
But
like, you know what I mean. It wasn't like coming out of that game. I wasn't like, wow, we're ready for Inter at home, and we probably can win. Like we can beat Inter the way we play. Like there's no, like it won't be a shock if you beat Inter. You just close up shop,
yeah,
keep it very tight, and you get that one chance. You put it away, and we've done it many times. But come on, like it's not about. How do you want to say that? Because now I do sound like I'm not happy with the win, but I am happy with the win. But it's year 3, and we've seen all these things. Like we've seen it. Last season we went on an 8-6 game winning streak. Like we've done it before. That's not. This is not new. This is not shocking. This is not taking anyone by surprise that we're winning games. We're always gonna win games because well, we have better players than other teams, and other teams are really bad. But we're not doing it in
Yeah.
the way, in the fashion we should be doing it, in my personal opinion.
Which teams like is happy with wins like with set piece goals, like Stoke, all kind of those those teams are really happy if they win like how we win, and it's I don't know, I don't know. I'm happy for the 3 points still, but and we might win 1-0 or something against Inter,
I'll take
but
against Inter. I'll take any win. I don't care.
yeah,
I can
yeah,
be the most ugliest win ever. It's Inter. I just want to win. I don't care how you get that win. Just win. You know, I don't have an issue with that. I don't. Yes, I want to put them away easily with great football, whatever, and dominate them completely. Fine, good. But if you shut house your way to a 1-0 win against Inter, I'll take it. Like I will not complain. I'll take it. It's Inter. I'll take any win. I'll take 1-0 wins with a shot on target for the next 100 years against Inter. I'll take it. I will
yeah,
sign now. Like I'll
yeah.
take that. But it's Cagliari, it's Lecce, it's Bologna at home, and we don't look convincing at all.
So if we win the Scudetto with Allegri, then what? Because I can't watch another season like this.
Now, if you say that, people will eat you up because you won a Scudetto. You shouldn't complain.
And that was that was the reason why he left, because we played like this, and
That's my point. And also, Pioli, he won that title with Milan. They were ugly. They were not fun to watch. Like they got it done, but it was not great to watch. But you made a good point. We were winning with Allegri, and the club was like, "This is not good enough anymore." Like it needs to be more. Like it needs to be better. It doesn't need to be so scrapey. Now, the situation is different because we are struggling for the last couple of years. If he gets it done now in any way, shape, or form, I don't think the club will be like, okay, it needs to be better immediately. Now you're gone. I don't think they're gonna do that. They kept him on for so long. Unless he walks away, then I don't think the club is gonna sack him if he wins the title. If you win the title, people tell you cannot be happy because you criticize it. That will happen.
we will eliminate from the Champions League with Allegri so fast.
Like we do need quality. Like I agree with him. Like in that manner, like in that way, I do sympathize with him because take for example McKennie, who is playing well, especially defensively. His effort is there. Post game, Allegri said something and I was shocked. I couldn't believe I heard that coming out of Allegri's mouth because he basically said he's not good. Technically, he's not good, but I told him, your effort will make up for it. And I was like, wow. I've been saying it for so long, but I couldn't believe he said that,
Yeah,
openly. And
usually he protects the players, and
he protects them. And that's what I've said always by McKennie. Like the effort is there this season, but the quality is not there. He's playing in a position you need absolutely more qualities. He cannot put in a ball. He struggles to be this man consistently. You know what I mean? Like you need absolutely more in those positions. Defensively he's doing well, fine. Those are my how do you say like critique points. If you want to be that dominant team again, you need certain improvements, 100%, and that's not on Allegri now. But overall, I still believe you need to do much better with this team. Points wise, fine, you got the points, but it needs to be better because look at Chiesa. He looks depressed. I don't care what people say. He doesn't look happy. Why should he be happy? He's struggling again. Vlahovic comes on, he's struggling. Keane didn't look good again. The only one who looks good is Milik, but he drops way deep between the lines to link up play, and he does that well. But like, he's a number 9 basically, and he's doing that, and I'm like, come on, like that shouldn't really be the idea, right? Attacking players are struggling, and it's not looking good for them at this moment in time. Like it's not. Absolutely not.
yeah, the only like chances we had is from crosses. Like I'm not even talking about the set pieces, but other than that, it's just balls coming in, and then let's see what happens.
Yeah, that cannot be like. Come on, it's year three. Like, why should we not be? Why should we not be? How do you want to say that? In our own right to demand more. We should be demanding more. Like it's year three. He's on 9 mil a season. Surely we can demand more. Like, right? Like it's not that we assign, I don't know, Pirlo in his first season. You're like, yeah, this is new for him. It's not. Like it's absolutely not. And I can see us winning the title because I don't trust anyone around us at this moment in time. I don't trust Inzaghi because he never showed that he has what it takes to get it over the line. Uh, Roma are terrible. Lazio are bad. Napoli are all over the place now.
Napoli is what? Napoli is like 8 points now from us or
Something like
something.
that. Milan look like they're in turmoil, and they could become really quickly. Atalanta is just Atalanta at this point. So
I check.
if you look at the league by now, it is between us and Inter. Unless Milan start clicking and somehow Tudor gets that Napoli train running again. But like it's 7, 8 points. That's quite a lot already, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um,
So, yeah, I just checked.
so
We
is
are
it
six
eight?
points, 6 points ahead of Milan, 8 points Napoli,
So it's a lot.
9 points Atalanta.
It's a lot of points. Like it's a lot that needs to be go wrong to,
Yeah,
So it feels like it's gonna be between us and Inter, and I do believe it could be like this for a very long time, just because what Inzaghi showed in the past. He showed that he can somehow not get it over the line. So I don't want to say by default we will be in there because you still need to be up there, but you know what I mean. It's and that's okay. Because at the start of the season, I say you need to be competing until April, and if you're doing that, then you're doing that. Like that should be the expectation. Also, because Allegri said so. A year
yeah,
ago, he said we were gonna be in a better shape, and we were probably gonna be in some sort of race. So, those were his words, not mine. Like I just expect that, but like he set the goal, he set the standard. So it's up to him now to turn it around, I guess. And what's happening now to build on that, because the games that are coming ahead are not easy. They're not. I wrote it down. Wait, I saw. So we play Inter, obviously, after the international break. Then we play Monza away from home, which is not easy. Napoli at home, Genoa away, we always struggle. Frosinone away is not an easy game. Roma at home should be an easy game, to be honest. And then you played Salernitana twice on my birthday, again in the Coppa Italia, and then away from home on the weekend. Then you have Sassuolo, Lecce, Empoli, and then Inter again, February. So the next coming weeks are not going to be easy, and they're going to test Allegri big time because
yeah,
Inter, Monza, Napoli, Genoa, and Monza and Genoa, like on paper, it should be a walk in the park. But Monza last season, they had the better of us. We always struggle away to Genoa, and then if Inter and Napoli at home, it's gonna be tough running. Where I think we'll show, if this way of playing is gonna be enough. Also, you play at home against the teams, you need to win. Because you're playing away all these away games. In the flip side, you're playing Roma away, Lazio away, Napoli away, Inter away in the second part of the season. So you need to win those games basically. But the next couple of weeks are going to be a real test, like a real test, because then you're not playing Cagliari. You're not doing that basically at home. You're playing tough games at home, Inter and Napoli, and tough away games, Monza, Genoa. They're not easy games for us. So the next
yeah.
week or two, three after the break are gonna be massive. They're gonna be
And
intense.
Locatelli got injured, and we don't know like if it's 2 weeks or 1 week or.
Locatelli, I think he's not gonna be there for Inter. Like I don't. He had that issue against Cagliari apparently, and I said he didn't play well, and that could be because of the issue. And it was against Cagliari, and I thought he was struggling a bit. So imagine if he needs to play like this against Inter. I don't know. It's so like displaced rib. I don't know how that's possible. I had a bruised rib last season. I couldn't play. Like I played 5-10 minutes, I couldn't breathe. I was done. And
Yeah.
the first touch against it, like slight touch from the opponent, I was gonna cry. Like it
Yeah, what is a
hurts.
displaced rib?
I have
What
no
is
idea what
that?
that means. I'm so confused. Like that feels like it's broken.
Someone in the chat, tell us
I
what
had a
is that,
bruised one,
because
and it was done. Like you couldn't play. You struggle to breathe. You know. Um, so I will be shocked if he play, and even if he plays, in what capacity? If he plays like he played against Cagliari, then yeah, sit that one out because
yeah,
I don't know. Let Nicolucci play. Let the fit player play because you're not gonna. Um, he broke his rib in minute 6. You feel like you have a hole in your body. I don't like. Did he break his rib? Because that doesn't really say break, right? If it's broken, then he's done. Like he's done for a while.
I hope it's just bruised or something. No,
How did he broke it and played on? Because that's like, if you really broke it, that's impossible to play on, basically.
I guess it depends which one. Maybe the lower ones are.
I had one where my lungs were, and it was done. Like you just the first touch, and it wasn't like a slight touch, like it wasn't a punch, like just a slight touch from an opponent. You was gonna like I thought I was gonna cry. Like it hurt so much, and you cannot have that in that type of intense game. So I think
So
he's
what?
out.
So it's going to be Rabiot, Miretti,
You need to
and
find a solution.
McKennie.
He needs to yeah, he needs to find a solution. Potentially, maybe Weah's back. I don't know. Maybe he's gonna switch it up. I have no idea. Maybe Junior is gonna play in midfield.
That's
Yeah,
so silly.
like in that regard, I do feel sorry for Allegri because he's short-handed. Like he has nobody else. It's not his fault that Pogba does the stupid stuff or Fajoli does that. I do feel for him in that regard, and I cannot hold that against him. If he needs to find a weird solution against Inter, because well, that's a squad he has at his disposal at this point. But that's a bad piece of news to start the international
Yeah,
break with, because Locatelli's up and down, but you cannot miss Locatelli now. Like you just can't. So
defensively, he's putting his all. I feel that's what is most positive.
yeah, because in the first half I was
He's-
like he was giving the ball away with long balls. It was going nowhere again. I was like, just keep it simple again and go back to basics, because
yeah,
otherwise you're just gonna ruin the game completely. But that's a tough one. If you're out without Locatelli against Inter, we're in trouble. We are in trouble.
I would play Nicolucci, but that's me.
Probably to make it more natural, but I don't know, man. That's that's basically tough to get your first. Yeah, he got minutes against Cagliari. Like we shouldn't really count that. That's basically your real minutes against Inter. Pressure on big time, because
Yeah,
you've
maybe
waited.
the first half. Maybe the first half we can do something weird, and then he comes on or something.
I think we can beat Inter. By the way, like I don't like. I'm not going into the game on like we have no chance. We have a good shot at beating Inter. Like you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
Like we're not
I
playing
watched
Man
that.
City or
Well,
whatever.
yeah, I watched that game against Frosinone, and with some luck, Frosinone could have easily win. Even. Like
I missed that game completely. I was out. I have
Sule also created a big chance, by the way.
I've watched quite a lot of Inter. I've seen very good Inter games. I've seen very poor Inter games. So
Yeah,
they're a bit hot and cold. Like it depends on what Inter will show up. I've seen them play very good football. I've seen them play like us, where you're like, how did they win this game? That goal comes out of nowhere. But it's Inter Juve, and everybody will be up for it. We will be up for it, no matter who plays. We will be up for it, because it's the biggest game of in the season, entire Italy. Like that's the biggest game in Italy all season. Like to 2 games, Juve Inter is the biggest game in Italy. It will always be, probably. So they will be up for it. It's just, yeah, without Locatelli, it's tough. It's tough. But we will see. As of now, it's just therapy, and they will see like when he can come back in. So that's why I'm assuming it's more like a bruise-ish, that by the communication
yeah,
say when he feels to get back in, basically. And I think that's just the pain thing, I guess.
yeah.
So let's hope. It's just hope. The weird thing is, like Romeo said, he got that against Cagliari. Why on earth do you travel to the national team? I don't get it. I will never understand that. I find that a bit disrespectful towards the club, in my opinion. I'm sorry, like Reece James, who is fit, he can play games. He told Southgate, "I'm not 100%. Like it's pointless for me to travel in Europe for what? I can stay at home at Chelsea, my facility, and I can train. I can work on my fitness. I respect that. I do because like
Yeah.
he has a bruised rib and he still travels. I will never get that because at the end
Yeah.
of the
So
day,
how was that? Like they said, okay, whatever, just come and we will see, or what? I
I
don't.
don't like. I know the club cannot say you cannot go, but at one
Yeah.
point, a club player should be like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this." Also, like the club pays you, the national team pays you nothing,
Nothing. Yeah.
nothing, and they get fees, but they give it away. It's peanuts. Like it's nothing.
And they also have like insurance money and whatnot. I don't know, but
Yeah, like at one point you're like, okay, the club is paying me millions, just handing me a new deal. I cannot go. Like I'm sorry, like this is pointless. Like why even bother? Like I will never understand it. You know, maybe it's just me, but then again, Reece James thinks like me, and he's a professional player. So who knows? Maybe it's not just me. But let's see. I guess other notes. You want to talk about? Wait, I had something. I want to talk. Junior. He finally got minutes. Couldn't believe he was still there. Like, shocked as everyone.
yeah,
Um, why does he not play? Like you explain that to me. Why?
because cross stitch. Because I don't know, but you can see that even if Junior is playing on the midfield, he's naturally just gravitates towards the sidelines, and he looks for an opportunity there to take on an opponent. I want to see him. He's different than obviously than Kostic, and he needs to be on the field, especially in this team. He needs to be on the field. But Kostic doing Kostic things, and apparently Allegri likes it.
Kostic is, and you cannot like if you say something with Kostic, you get attacked. Although I do like Kostic, I have nothing against Kostic, and he's very important for this team because we heavily
You're
rely
bad.
on set pieces and all those
Yeah,
things. And when you say that, people say, "Oh," and they put up stats and they say, "Oh, he's getting the assist." Yes, because we are set up like this,
yeah,
but that's by choice. That's by choice. You can set up differently and play junior and play a different type of football. But the decision is no. And yes, if we play this type of football, Kostic is very important because we're gonna need those set pieces, and those set pieces he can put them in. Like he has a very good uh, cross. However, other than that, like he offers very little to the game
yeah.
we play. He does. Like he offers close to nothing offensively when we play football. Like when we actually start to try to play football, and that's by choice. Like that's by choice. So I understand why Allegri's using him because of the type of football we try to play. But you cannot say that we cannot switch it up and play a different type of football because we can and we have the players for it. It's just a decision that has been made. And then when people say, "Oh, but Kostic is getting the assist," now you speak. I'm like, I never question Kostic not helping the team out in this setup. It's just that why it doesn't need to be this setup when I think if you switch it up, Junior can offer the same thing. He doesn't
Yeah,
give you assists from set pieces. He will give you assists from a different type of football. He will.
assists and goals.
He should have.
He,
He should have probably like maybe not scored, but he should have done better with that Vlahovic assist. But like Kostic was not getting in those areas in that position. He
yeah,
wouldn't.
he just
So
doesn't know how to do it.
it's a different type of football you can propose. It's just you made that decision, and I agree. Yeah, in this setup, yeah, Kostic is important, and I would play Kostic if you play like this deep and whatever. So
Yeah.
I think he's
So
gone. I think he's gone.
how we played in the preseason and in Udinese, Ealing Junior would fit so well in that type of play, like Cambiasso would be on the right side and Ealing would be on the left side, and they would come towards the inside sometimes. I don't know. I think
It's
they would
you
link
know
up
what it
really
is.
well.
they will say, "Oh, Kostic just defensively better," and I'm like, fine. We're playing Cagliari at home.
Yeah.
Like, at what point are we gonna put these teams away completely? Like, it's year 3. Like, at what point should we be expecting us to cruise, to be basically in cruise control in those games and just put them away easily and whatever without any pressure? And we still struggle to do that, and that's just by choice. Like, it's not. It's by choice. It's the way we set up. It's very tough to put teams away immediately the way we play. And it's gonna be for the remainder of the season if you play like this. But we got to win. Second in the league, big game next Sunday, not this Sunday, the following Sunday, and that's all. That's all. We just need to be, I don't know, happy to be here, I guess. That we're in this situation, a situation we
Yeah.
should be in without any questions.
Yeah.
And we need to keep going. Basically, we need to keep going, and
We
let's see
need to
what we
win.
can.
We need to win somehow, with some lucky goal or some set piece or something.
We need to beat Inter, obviously. Not that it means anything for the league whatsoever. It's just beating Inter. Like, we could be 16th in the league. We still need to beat Inter. Like, we just need to. We need that win. We need that mental edge on them. That we beat you and we're here. Basically, somehow, some way, we're gonna be here for the rest of the season. So you better step it up. I guess. But that's
They need
something.
to play well to beat us because our defense is really good.
I agree with that. Like, we set up very well. We do. We don't give away a lot of chances. We don't.
Yeah.
Which is you better don't. Like, if you set up like that, like if you set up like we do and you still give away chances, then what's the point? So
Yeah.
it's not logical because you can still set up like this and be terrible. But like it's like yeah, like you don't give up chances if you set like this. Like, that's kind of the goal. So they are gonna need to play very well unless we mess it up by our own mistakes. But other than that, they're gonna need to play a very good game. But so do we. Like, moving forward, like attacking wise, counter attack wise, like you need to improve. You need to have a very clean game, and we struggle to do that. But
Yeah. Like, I don't understand if we are setting up like this, why are our counter attacks are not better? Why don't we practice that?
yeah, practice, I agree. But at times, McKennie gets the ball in certain positions, even against Fiorentina. He doesn't have the vision or the tools to,
True.
get it done. And I don't blame him because he has limitations. And Allegri even come out and said that. And that's why I'm like, good, you're doing a good job, but moving forward, I need much, much better. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I need better quality, in certain areas. But that's a topic for another day. We're gonna wrap this one up because actually there wasn't much to talk about that game. We got the win, and that's about it.
We can only say the same things every single game.
But yeah, like if it's the same thing over and over again, it's not that it's star player or whatever. It's very bleak. It's very much of the same always. So we just need to deal with it. This week, obviously, no breakdown, I guess, because we don't play. But we will be live again Monday. We will just do a regular live, I think, or any day the following week. Other than that, follow the channel, daily news. I will be live Wednesday and Friday this week, and let's see what news will pop up. Transfer news. Hopefully, no injury news more, unless it's positive recovery news. Thanks for joining again, Norbert, as usual, to discuss whatever the win, to discuss the win. Thanks everybody in the chat for joining. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit that bell notification, and I will be back live